Nice bruises, princess. Didn't know boot camp offered spa treatments. The voice cut through the training field like a blade. Sergeant Madison Hale stood in the sun, unmoving, dirt smeared across her arms. Her tank top clung to her soaked frame. Old bruises bloomed like war paint across her neck and ribs. Blood crusted along her collar. Her hands, torn up from drills the night before. No gloves, no mercy. She hadn't even wrapped them. Corporal Denny Marks was grinning, loud, cocky, and proud to be the loudest man in a crowd of boys. She trip over her ego? He called out. Or does fragility just come with the estrogen? Chuckles, nervous at first, then louder. A few clapped. Some looked away. The air shifted. Madison didn't move. 3 weeks ago, she disappeared. All they knew was medical leave. Now she was back, and the only woman in the unit. Again. And still, she didn't move. Didn't flinch. Just stared forward. Still as a blade waiting to be unsheathed. At the edge of the field, General Rock watched. Arms crossed, jaw tight. He didn't speak. Not yet. How many push-ups does it take to snap a wrist, Sarge? Denny kept going. Or do they teach self-destruction in rehab now? That was the moment. The general finally moved. He stepped forward like a tank rolling in. Each boot fall silenced more laughter. The tension snapped into focus like a gun cocking back. You just ran your mouth at Widow 27, son, Rock growled. Denny blinked. What? Widow 27, the general repeated. That's her call sign. The field went still. Even the birds stopped. Denny scoffed. That's supposed to scare me. One of the older recruits muttered, It should. Rock stopped inches from Denny. His voice dropped an octave. Calm, cold, deadly. Ever heard of Operation Black Veil? Denny swallowed. No, sir. Rock pointed at Madison. She led a 5-man recon unit behind enemy lines. Ambush wiped out 4. She carried the 5th, bleeding, half-conscious, 8 miles through jungle, under fire. Had a bullet in her leg and 2 cracked ribs. Still walked, still fought, still brought him home. Denny's face drained of color. No one laughed now. She didn't trip over her ego, Rock said. She crawled out of hell, and now you stand here mocking the bruises she earned, coming back from the dead. He turned to the squad, eyes like ice. Look at her! Those scars aren't shame. They're survival. That woman spilled more blood for this country than you've got in your body. Madison finally spoke. Her voice was steel wrapped in ash. The bruises you're laughing at? They're from rehab, learning to walk again, to move, to fight. After doctors told me I'd never stand on 2 legs again, Denny stepped back. I didn't return for pity, she said, eyes locked on his. I didn't come back to make friends or beg for space. I came back to lead. And today you made damn sure no one in this squad will ever forget the difference between strength and swagger. The recruits looked away now. Some flushed. Some stared at the dirt. The general turned to them all. You laughed. You let it happen. Let me spell this out. You had a legend standing in your ranks, and you treated her like a joke. That ends now. He looked back at Denny. Pack your bag. You're done. But, sir, you're not fit to wear this uniform, Rock snapped. Not if you can't recognize courage when it's standing in front of you bleeding. Denny walked off, shoulders hunched. He didn't look back, and no one looked after him. Later in the mess hall, Madison sat alone, eating quietly, calm, not broken, never that, but battle-worn, heavy, still. No one mocked her now. No one raised their voice. Shame hung in the air like smoke after a blast. Then one by one they came. Not to apologize. They didn't deserve to. They just sat near her, ate beside her, looked at her, finally like she was more than the dirt on her boots or the scar on her face. They saw the fire now, not the wreckage, the reason it still burned. One of the youngest recruits leaned in, his voice barely a whisper. Why? Widow 27? She didn't look up from her tray. Because I've buried 26. I'm number 27. Silence dropped across the table like a funeral flag. She didn't say more. She didn't need to, because she wasn't there for attention. She wasn't there to make them feel better about themselves. She was there because real leaders return, even when it hurts, even when they're stitched together with pain. They come back so others know how to stand. Because real strength doesn't come with medals or applause. It limps back into the arena, bleeding and silent. It trains in pain. It walks alone. It endures mockery, doubt, and cowardice, and never stops moving forward. True strength doesn't raise its voice. It becomes the standard. It reminds them what it means to wear the uniform. Before you go, let us know where in the world you're watching from. Drop your city or country in the comments.